Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily topic-wise news analysis where I'll be covering the news from two important newspapers, that is the Hindu and Indian Express. So we'll try to cover the most important news of the day, and additionally I'll be supplementing some of the important news with additional information that can help you in prelims and mains examination. So let's get started. These are the list of the topic for the day. Today is 18th of December. The first topic is Parliamentary Committee on the Extension of Free Grain Schemes, which was being launched during the COVID-19 pandemic. The second topic is investment for creating the gas infrastructure. Third topic is ISRO has launched the satellite for communication. The second last topic is strengthening India-Bangladesh ties. And the last topic is National Family Health Survey 5. Some of the report finding, because we have been continuously discussing about the National Family Health Survey in our daily news analysis. Apart from this, I'll be also discussing some MCQs question at the end of this video and the explanation of yesterday questions. And mostly today we are covering the news from the Hindu because I do not find any important news that is there in the Indian Express. More or less they were, the news were collapsing only to the Hindu and Indian Express. So today's news are mostly pertaining to from the Hindu itself. So the first news, that is Parliamentary Committee on the Extension of Free Grain Scheme. This is important for your General Studies paper 2. It is equally important for the General Studies paper 3 as well, where food security is something, the topic which has been specifically mentioned. And Parliamentary Committee in general is again relevant for the prelims examination as well. So in a recent meeting by the Parliamentary Committee, where all the members of the committee have demanded कि यहाँ पे food grain की जो scheme है, that should be augmented, that should be extended till another period of time as a COVID relief package. And scheme has already been ended on November 30. तो 30 नवंबर तक इसको extend किया गया था प्राइम मिनिस्टर के द्वारा. Now this is no more continued, but the Parliamentary Committee want कि इसको extend किया जाना चाहिए because still the purchasing power of the poor people is not that strong that they can avail the prices of the normal, which is being sold in the shops. Now the members were of the view that until the vaccine was approved and distributed to the public, the scheme should be extended. जब तक पूरी तरह से पूरी इंडिया वैक्सीनेशन में ना आ जाए, and once everything is done, situation become normal, then this should be stopped. So what they demanded, that scheme should be extended till further clarification from the government and further updation or administration of the vaccine to all citizens of this country. Now coming to the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana, जिसको launch किया गया था pandemic के duration पे. So this was a scheme which was launched in March by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, and this was as a part of a relief package by the government, right? So इसमें almost 80 crore ration card holders थे, they were be included in that, and they were among the beneficiaries of the scheme. And each household get the rice of like 5 kg of rice or wheat of their choice and 1 kg of pulses for free of cost, right? So the scheme was announced only for 3 months. Initially it was announced only for 3 months, and like 30th June, later it was extended to 30th of November, right? And the Parliamentary Committee on the Consumer Affairs is looking forward that the government should be coming with extension of the scheme until the vaccination process is completed in India. Now talking about the expert opinion, कुछ experts opinion जो academician है, apart from the professor from the IITs or the people who are concerned with the other apex institution or the think tank, they're of the opinion कि जो FCI की जो websites है उनमें buffer stock की अगर बात करें, for October they got the buffer stock around 307 lakh ton, right? And the same is there in the September, it is close to 7 lakh ton. So you can see the surge in the stock with the Food Corporation of India, right? And since then the data is not available. We do not have the latest data as of now. So it appears कि जो stock है that is far excess, and the buffer stocks जो है वो काफी अधिक है अभी भी FCI के पास में, but government has not updated that part. So why is it necessary for the government? No, अगर आपसे पर्सनल इंटरव्यू में भी क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं तो इंडिया एक ऐसी कंट्री है जहाँ पे फूड ग्रेन्स की प्रोडक्शन सबसे हाई है वर्ल्ड में. वी आर अमंग द टॉप 2 और टॉप एक्सपोर्टर एंड इम्पोर्ट. वी मोस्टली एक्सपोर्ट द थिंग्स, और हमारे पास ओवरऑल जो प्रोडक्शन की अगर बात करें तो काफ़ी हाई है. तो इस तरह पे जब कंट्री ऑलरेडी पेंडेमिक में चल रही है तो क्या ज़रूरी है इतना जल्दी ये सारी प्रोग्राम्स को विड्रॉ करने की, राइट? So you do share your comments in the comments down below. What do you feel? Should be government be augmenting this? Government को इसे बढ़ाना चाहिए या इसे खत्म कर देना चाहिए? आपके जो भी opinion हो, you can write that in the comment section. Now, continuing the Garib Kalyan Yojana, this will provide relief to the million people, and this is facing uncertainty, the food anxiety, and government can reduce the storage cost. तो गवर्नमेंट में जो बार बार प्रॉब्लम आती है कि FCI के गोडाउन्स भरे हुए हैं या FCI के गोडाउन्स में जगह नहीं है राशंस को रखने का, तो अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस भी होती है तो दिस वुड बी समथिंग विच वुड बी सफाइसिंग द नीड ऑफ द पुअर पीपल एंड एट द सेम टाइम रिड्यूसिंग द कॉस्ट ऑफ स्टोरेज फॉर द गवर्नमेंट. सो इट हैज a single coin has a two sides, right? So government definitely look into things, and they need to be more optimistic when it's come to the extension of government's programs and policy, and specifically a program that is meant to serve the livelihood of the poor people. So do share your opinion. What do you feel? Now coming to the other topic, that is investment for creating the gas infrastructures. So this would be something that would be augmenting the another level of infrastructure in terms of gases. So this is relevant for your general studies paper 3, where a dedicated topic has already been mentioned in the syllabus, and here and there bits and pieces would be again relevant for the prelims examination. So according to the Petroleum Ministry, the government is planning for an investment of somewhere close to $60 billion. This is a huge amount that government is looking forward for the contribution, and this infrastructure development would be continuing till 2024. So this is a duration which government has initially assigned. And India's first automated national level glass trading platform would also be unveiled in June this year, right? It will actually be unveiled. ये already announced हो चुकी थी. So this decision the government ने अभी लिया. This would promote to sustain the efficient and robust gas market and foster the trading in the country. So this line was the third line. This is the third line which you can continue. This is first. This is second, right? So this decision would give government to promote and sustain the efficient gas market and foster the trading in the country, right? This would be the benefit of what government is investing as of now. Now, increasing the gas share, how this would increase the gas share, because talking about the gas share presently, this only account for 6% of the country total energy mix. And if the infrastructure's investment had been made in the gas sector, this would expect it to increase the 15% by 2030. So it's a huge number. It's more than double that is being expected. तो जो कवरेज की अगर बात करें, कवरेज जो होती है वो सिटी गैस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पे होती है, CGD पे. So this project is being expanded on 232 geographical areas and 400 districts in the country. जो potential है इसकी कवरेज की अगर बात करोगे आप, so it has a potential of 53% of the country geographical area और 70% of population को cater करती है. So this point is very very important and very significant for your essay paper as well as for the general studies paper. Now the government is also adopting a clean mobility solution that would use the जो basically liquefied petroleum gas जो है LNG जिसको कहते हैं, that is also used as transportation fuel including the long haul trucking. Now there is a plan that government would also be coming up with the fire station of the LNG. This is 1,000 fire station across the country. So this would again boost कि जिस तरह से LNG की जो requirement है, जो demand बढ़ रही है, that can be further, it can be further cope up. Now this year, the country was able to fulfill the petroleum reserve with a capacity of 5.33 million tons, constructed as Visakhapatnam, Mangalore and Padur. ये तीन important locations हैं अभी एज ऑफ नो प्रेजेंटली जहाँ पे पेट्रोलियम रिजर्व्स काफ़ी हाई हैं, और इसमें गवर्नमेंट और भी बात करी कि कंस्ट्रक्शन यहाँ पे किए जाएंगे सो दैट दे कुड मीट द रिक्वायरमेंट एज वुड बी रिक्वायर्ड बाय द कमिंग फ्यूचर्स बाय 2030 25 डाउन द लाइन, 7 year डाउन द लाइन्स, वॉट एवर इज रिक्वायर्ड द गवर्नमेंट वुड एबल टू सफाइस दैट नीड. Now coming to the other news, that is ISRO has launched the satellite for the communications. So this type of news is very much important for your prelims examination. Once anything has been launched, this become relevant for science and tech portion, and you can use this type of point in essay. Particularly in essay, this would also help you if you're writing a essay on science and tech, or general studies paper 4, where topic has been specifically mentioned science and technology advancement in everyday life. So coming to the India Space Research Organization, that has recently successfully launched the 42 communication satellite. This is CMS-01, and this satellite would help in the disaster management and internet connectivity pan-India, right? So this would be helping entire country. और जो कम्युनिकेशन सैटेलाइट है जिसको CMS-01 कहेंगे, दिस इज ऑन बोर्ड बाय द PSLV C50. So you must be aware about the PSLV. UPSC has already asked the questions on PSLV versus GSLV, right? So these two questions has already been asked in the prelims examination. So this is anytime very much relevant. और ये जो लॉन्च की गई थी, दिस वाज फ्रॉम द सतीश धवन स्पेस सेंटर्स, राइट? So PSL-50, this was the 22nd flight by the PSLV. This was like XL variant. जैसे आप कोई भी कार परचेज करते हो या कोई भी सेलफोन परचेज करते हो, you buy a variant of it, right? तो PSLV की जो वेरिएंट है XL, उसको यूज किया गया है for this launching configurations. And they are equipped, and बात करें, it was 77th launch mission from the Sriharikota, right? So you can see the number of flights that is operated from the PSLV C50. Now advantages of the communication satellite जो CMS-01 लॉन्च की गई है, उसके क्या क्या एडवांटेजेस होंगे? जैसा मैंने आपको बताया, इट वुड हैव अ बेनिफिट टू प्रोवाइड द एक्सटेंडेड सी बैंड फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ द स्पेक्ट्रम. ऑलरेडी एक स्पेक्ट्रम की ऑक्शन भी होने वाली है. वी हैड अ डिस्कशन येस्टरडे ऑल्सो, एंड वेरी सून इंडिया वुड बी कमिंग विद द 5G टेक्नोलॉजी इन द कमिंग 1 or 2 years. एंड इंडिया मेनलैंड में अगर बात करें, इट वुड ऑल्सो इंक्लूड द कवरेजेस फ्रॉम द अंडमान एंड निकोबार एंड लक्षद्वीप आइलैंड. तो इसकी जो ओवरऑल स्पेक्ट्रम की जो कवरेज होगी, दैट वुड इंक्लूड द इंडिया मेनलैंड, अंडमान एंड लक्षद्वीप. सो दीज पॉइंट इज अगेन रेलिवेंट. दिस कैन बी अ वेरी पॉसिबल क्वेश्चन इन द प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन, राइट? Now, satellite will also be the first in the new series of the communication satellite by India after the GSAT and INSAT series. ये दोनों सीरीज के बाद अब जो CMS-01 है, ये एक another advanced technology होगी. Now, this satellite is expected to have life of over 7 years. So, this point is again relevant. That can be important for the prelims examination. What is the lifespan and how long this can continue? So, the lifespan initially is being targeted by the ISRO is of 7 years, right? So 7 years again significant. Now coming to the other news, that is strengthening India-Bangladesh ties. So this type of bilateral news or international news is relevant for your general studies paper 2, and specifically this would be sufficing the need for the international relations sections. Now India, the Prime Minister of India has recently inaugurated the summit that was being held online, and India, Bangladesh की जो बात करें रिलेशनशिप के बारे में, तो इंडिया हैज़ ऑलवेज एडवोकेटेड दैट बांग्लादेश इज अमंग इंडियाज फर्स्ट नेबरहुड पॉलिसीज. वी गिव प्रायोरिटी टू बांग्लादेश इन टर्म्स ऑफ आवर नेबरहुड फर्स्ट पॉलिसी. और जो बांग्लादेश के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, सी सेड दैट मेनी इंटरनेशनल वेयर पीपल वेयर वर्किंग इन बांग्लादेश एंड इनहांसिंग द बायलैटरल इकोनॉमिक टाइज बोथ बिटवीन द बोथ कंट्रीज, दैट इज इंडिया एंड बांग्लादेश. तो ट्रेड, इन टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रेड, कॉमर्स, जॉब, logistic, everything is supported from the Bangladesh, and our entire northeastern state has a huge potential in terms of getting the trade with the Bangladesh. The importance agreement that was signed between these two countries, where this include the hydrocarbon. The recent summit has concluded some of the agreement. This include hydrocarbon. The second is high impact community development projects. उसके अलावे elephant conservations हैं, solid waste management, एग्रीकल्चर, और एक टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस बनाई गई है जिसको TOF भी कहते हैं शॉर्ट में, TOF. और आपको अगर फिनेंस कमीशन याद होगी, इन फिनेंस कमीशन वी यूज TOR, टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस. सो दीज आर टू कॉन्सेप्चुअल वर्ड. ये इस सब्जेक्ट के स्पेसिफिक वर्ड्स होते हैं जो यूज किए जाते हैं. तो टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस यहाँ पे है जो कि बांग्लादेश के CEO फोरम्स में इनको यूज किया जाएगा, राइट? सो these are the important agreement that has took place between India and Bangladesh, and both side have agreed कि जो मीटिंग होगी that would have a joint boundary conference as well, क्योंकि जो बहुत मेजर स्ट्रिप्स है, मैप्स along the इचामाटी, किंडली एंड राई मंगोल, these are and हरिबंगा रिवर्स जो है, ये मेन पिलर्स हैं among the land boundary terminus. So both countries looking forward to get this agreement done, and ultimately it would be benefiting our northeastern state. At the same time, it would be also increasing the trade and commerce between India and Bangladesh. Now coming to the launch of rail link, so the two leaders have remotely launched the rail link between the Chilahati, that is in Bangladesh, and Haldibari in West Bengal. So this was the first link. This was the first such link between the countries. इससे पहले Chilahati Haldibari rail link was lastly operated in 1965, An upgrade of line was carried out before the inaugurations. So I have already shown you a map. If you do not have seen the map, you can Google that image, or you can see our previous video where you can easily access that image and you can understand what exactly is the linkages between the train links. Now coming to the other news, other part, that is biopic on the Banga Bandhu. So he's a very important person over there. So a joint statement has been issued that the summit would be filming the biopic of Banga Bandhu, who would be under the direction of Sam Bengal in January 2021. Sam Benegal is a director in the Bollywood. And the document was also pledged to have a road for the Mujib Nagar to the West Bengal and Nadia in Sadinota Sorok. So these are the biopic that is going to be coming. This can be again relevant for other competitive examination. UPSC is not going to ask you, but if you're preparing for any other competitive examination, these news can be relevant for you. Now, who was Banga Bandhu? Or he was popularly known as Banga Bandhu, but actually his name was Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, right? So he was the Bangladesh politician, and he was known as the father of the nation of the Bangladesh. Like in India, we have Mahatma Gandhi as our father of nation. In Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was the father of Bangladesh, and he served as both the president of the Bangladesh and the prime minister. And he is considered to be the driving force behind the independence of Bangladesh, and he was popularly and dubbed known as Banga Bandhu, right? So this is all about him. This point can be relevant. It can be asked in the other part of the examination. Coming to the last news, that is National Family Health Survey 5. So what are the other details from this survey? Because we actually had a discussion about this news. मैंने आपको जब से ये news आई है पिछले 2 दिन पहले, we had a discussion also. So I'm continuing some important aspects of this news that is covered in this editorial. So this is relevant for your General Studies paper 2 and equally important for the prelims examination. So the recent first phase of the National Family Health Survey has been released by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. और जो अगर बात करें NFHSA की, तो ये एक लार्ज स्केल सर्वे होती है, मल्टी राउंड सर्वे कंडक्ट की जाती है, जहां पे बहुत सारे सैंपल्स लिए जाते हैं फ्रॉम द हाउस होल्ड थ्रू आउट द इंडिया. पैन इंडिया द कवरेज में बी डन, एंड ऑल NFHS have been concluded under the stewardship of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, that is Government of India, and International Institute of Pollution Sciences, this is IIPS, which is located at Mumbai, right? So they act as a nodal agency in terms of assisting the Government of India. So these two organizations would again be very relevant. Now coming to the other news, that is more about the survey, that is NFHS, the National Family Health Survey 5, that captures some important data. The duration of the survey was 2014 to 2019, and it provided the indicators such as 30 sustainable development goal that country aims to achieve by 2030. तो जो NFHS 5 है, that includes some new topic like preschool education, disability, access to toilet facilities, death registration, bathing practices during menstruations, and method and reasons for abortion, right? तो ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट क्राइटेरियाज थे जो कि नेशनल फैमिली हेल्थ सर्वे में इस बार इंक्लूड की गई है. एंड इन 2019 फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम National Family Health Survey saw the detail on the percentage of women and men who enter to use the internet. कितनी ज़्यादा इंटरनेट यूजेस की गई है स्पेसिफिकली फ्रॉम द मेन कम्युनिटी, फ्रॉम द फीमेल कम्युनिटी, एंड देयर कवरेजेस इन द रूरल एरिया एज वेल एज इन द अर्बन एरियाज. सो दिस वर अमंग द कंसिडरेशन ऑफ द National Family Health Survey, which was not there in the previous survey existing 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is for the first time the National Family Health Survey 5 have incorporated these type of things. So make sure that if a question is being asked, you can easily mark the correct option. Now coming to the child assessment, for the most of the part, the assessment has been relied on the measurement of child anthropotomy. This include the defined of the stunt, underweight, wasted, and indistinct height of the child, weight proportion, that is called BMI. We calculate what is the body mass index. So this is the advanced version of BMI, where weight for the age and weight for the height is being calculated. So these are some of the important benchmark and standardization that is being also taken care by the WHO, right? So this is the WHO Child Growth Standard Patterns. Now coming to the state performances, कौन-कौन से स्टेट की क्या परफॉर्मेंसेज रही है, तो 22 स्टेट्स को अगर बात करें, दिस हैव बीन कंट्रोल, तो फैक्ट शीट्स के मुताबिक ऑलमोस्ट 8 of the 10 children appears to be appearing the dietary shortfall. हर 10 में से 8 बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो डाइटरी शॉर्टफॉल पे हैं, एंड ऑल्दो 17 स्टेट्स आफ्टर 22 हैड डिड एक्सपीरियंस दैट डिक्लाइन, और यहाँ पे जो परसेंटेज ऑफ चाइल्ड डिड नॉट मीट द डाइटरी रिक्वायरमेंट and increase in the 5 states. So I have previously discussed. If you want, I can tell you the details on the other part of the video. अगर आप चाहते हैं तो comment section में बताएं, I will let you know, or otherwise I can have the detail on the description as well. Now Goa has experienced the largest percentage of decline. यहाँ सबसे ज़्यादा decline देखी गई है, that is around to 11.1%. और इंक्रीज जो हुई है सबसे ज़्यादा वो है जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में. दिस अकाउंट फॉर लाइक लास्ट 3 years में 76.5 to 86.4%. एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द नेशनल फैमिली हेल्थ सर्वे 4, मैं प्रीवियस वाले की बात कर रहा हूँ, द कंजप्शन ऑफ द प्रोटीन रिच फूड एज वेल एज फ्रूट्स इन द वेजिटेबल वेयर सस्टेनेबली लो. बहुत ही कम कंजप्शन की जाती थी, चाहे वो प्रोटीन हो या फिर फ्रूट्स के आइटम हो, बहुत ज़्यादा इंडिया में कंज्यूम नहीं की जाती है. Now coming to the prevalence of anemia, actually India is a country where anemia still dominate. Major, female, girls and women are the part of the anemic categories. The population is high in India. So across 22 states and union territories, anemia prevalence is increasing in the child, and it has brought up to 8%, right? 8% की increase देखी गई है, from 51.8% तक से आगे ये बढ़ के 60.2% हो गई है. So the increase is of around 8%, right? So this is not very good. And in India, specifically talking, we do not, हमारे पॉलिटिशियंस के लिए या हमारे कंट्री के लिए ये प्रायोरिटी कभी बहुत ज़्यादा रखी नहीं गई है. अगर स्कीम्स भी बने हैं तो वी हैव नॉट अचीव द टारगेट. सो गवर्नमेंट शुड बी लुकिंग एट द बॉटम लाइन, दे शुड बी वर्किंग विद द बॉटम अप अप्रोच. पहले जो ग्राउंड लेवल पे जो चीज़ें ज़रूरी है, माल न्यूट्रिशन में हमारी कंट्री हाई है, एनीमिक में हमारी कंट्री हाई है, वेस्टिंग में कम हमारी कंट्री है, इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट में हमारी कंट्री हाई है. सो दीज थिंग्स नीड टू बी लुक अपॉन बाय द गवर्नमेंट सो दैट वी कुड अचीव दिस टारगेट. And the prevalence of anemia in the childhood has also increased from 18 state to 22 state. पहले जहाँ 18 स्टेट में एग्जिस्ट करती थी एनीमिया, अब ये 22 स्टेट और यूनियन टेरिटरीज में हो चुकी है. Now in the major states, 2 out of 3 children have possible iron deficiency. हर तीसरे बच्चे में दूसरा बच्चा ऐसा है जो कि आयरन डेफिशिएंसी से ग्रसित है. Now the state-wise trend of the adult are mixed, although this has clear women have substantial great risk of anemic than men. अगर बायोलॉजिकली भी अगर आप देखें तो women are more prone to be anemic compared to the men, right? So these are the prevalence of anemia in our country. Now Poshan Abhiyan, this was the initiative that government took actually, but at the ground level this initiative have failed a lot. Why it has failed? Because the ratio, the number, the percentage of the anemic people has increased to 8%. So how you can say that this program is successful? It is obviously not successful, because Prime Minister overreaching scheme, this is for holistic nutrition, is also known as Poshan Abhiyan, is particularly for anemia मुक्त भारत, जो उसकी टैगलाइन थी, but actually it has not achieved. 2018 में इस टारगेट को लॉन्च किया गया था. तो मिशन का जो पूरा एम था कि किस तरह से आयरन और फॉलिक एसिड जो होती है उसके सप्लीमेंट्स को दिया जाए, बिहेवियर चेंज किया जाए, एनीमिक रिलेटेड जो प्रॉब्लम्स है, जो टारगेट्स है, जैसे जो 6 टारगेट ग्रुप है, इंक्लूडिंग द प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन, लैक्टेटिंग मदर्स, चिल्ड्रेन, प्रोविजनल वर्टेक्स मिक्स्ड विद वुमेन एंड कंसर्निंग देयर चाइल्ड. सो ये टारगेट थी. एंड टू जस्ट गिव यू एन आइडिया, मैं आपको थोड़ा बायोलॉजिकली ये बता दूं कि आयरन, व्हेन इट्स कम टू आयरन, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आपके पास डाइट में फॉलिक एसिड भी हो, राइट? सो फॉलिक एसिड इज समथिंग विच इज़ वेरी एसेंशियल टू अब्जॉर्व द आयरन. अगर आपके बॉडी में फॉलिक एसिड की कमी है तो आयरन की एब्जॉर्प्शन नहीं हो पाएगी. सो मेक श्योर, कई बार लोग आयरन के सप्लीमेंट्स लेते हैं एंड दे से दैट वी स्टिल हैव अ स्टेटस ऑफ एनेमिक, बीइंग एनेमिक. So it is important कि आप folic acid के भी supplements लें so that it is equally supplemented. And if you're taking a reputed brand medicine or you're seeking a doctor advice, they would ensure कि you are taking enough folic acid so that there's no problem in the absorption of irons, right? So these are the basic things that can be a possible question in prelims examination in terms of general science. So some relevant ideas I have shared with you. So this is about the Poshan Abhiyan, and I personally feel this achievement, the target that was being set by the government, has actually not been achieved. Now coming to the answers of yesterday questions. So for the first question, the correct option here is C. You can read the details about the explanation. I have taken this explanation from NCERT class 12th. This is all about the ITCZ. Now for the second question, it was about the Young Bengal movement. The correct option here is B. And the second option is also correct, that the Young Bengal movement was launched by the Luis Viven de Janeiro. He taught in the Hindu College from 1926 to 1831. So you can read more about this on the class 12 book of the history, or either you are referring a Spectrum book, that is also a good book by Rajiv Ahir, that is equally relevant for this examination. Coming to the today's MCQs question of the day, the first question is from the section of economy. Consider the following statement with regards to marginal cost of funding rate. It is a minimum interest rate of which below which bank cannot lend. It aims to improve the transmission policy and lending of the banks. So what you have to do, you have to just choose the correct option and you have to write your answer in the comment section down below. If you know something more about MCLR, अगर आपको कुछ और पता है इसके बारे में जो आप बताना चाहते हैं, तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख सकते हैं. आपके दिए गए इन्फॉर्मेशन से बहुत सारे और बच्चों को बेनिफिट हो सकती है. If you want, you can share that as well. Now coming to the second question, this is the second one. Consider the following statement with regards to the executive power of governor. He appoints the state election commission and determine his service, and he can remove the chairman of the member of the state public service commissions, right? So this is about the power of the governor, executive power of the governor. A, B, C, D. You have to choose the correct option and write that in the comment section down below, right? So do participate, write your answer in the comment sections. And if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. And if you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up, which will act as a support for us, which you people can give us to. Now, this is all the analysis about the day. If you have any other concern, do let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much.